Hey, welcome to this video. If you arrived here, you're probably searching for a review of DeliverThat. So go over how it works, give you my 2 cents, whether I think it's a good use of your time. And if you like my free training, the number one simplest, fastest way to earn a full-time income from home, you can click the link below. You'll see my email opt-in page. Enter your best email. I could send you my free training if you want. All right, DeliverThat. Let's dive in. So what it is basically, it's a platform that allows you to earn money as a restaurant delivery driver. Um, Not for small deliveries of like one or two or three people though, but catering deliveries. And you'd be helping provide for events and parties, that sort of thing. A lot of office events. They've been around since 2013. They're and although they're not as well known as Grubhub and some of these, Uber Eats, some of these bigger platforms, they're still fairly large, fairly sizable. They're available in lots of different cities. You can see that map right there. 92 cities throughout the US, as well as Canada to a lesser extent. I think BC and Ontario were the two provinces in Canada. But the thing about these jobs is they pay quite well. These orders. So $30 an hour or more, including tips, is totally possible on here. And another nice thing is they pay out twice a week, every Wednesday and Friday. So you don't have to wonder when your next payment's coming from. And they pay via direct deposit. But you also need a proper vehicle like a sedan or a SUV or a decent sized coupe. And and there's a customer service element involved in this, right? So you have to make sure you look presentable and you're very friendly because you'll be walking into these establishments and you'll maybe greeting people. I'm not saying you have to be like the life of the party, but you have to be polite and taking instructions. That's the most important thing. You'll have to set everything up the way they want it, whoever's hosting the event, and make sure it looks nice, make sure everything's prepared. So it's not like you can just drop a bag off at someone's front door and that's it. You actually involve some interaction and following instructions in real time. But that's why these jobs pay slightly more than other apps. One of the major cons is although it pays quite well per um, there won't always be that many orders to go around. So um, Monday to Friday around lunchtime seems to be the busy time. So maybe schedule for then, and then maybe find something else to do at night or on the weekends. Maybe sign up to another delivery app during those times just to keep yourself busy. Now, if you are interested in signing up on here, it's pretty simple. You just come to become a driver. You'll be taken to this page and you'd be an independent contractor. See, independent catering, which means you're not an employee. So, as a contractor, there's more freedom and flexibility in that. That's true, but there's also more responsibility. So, you're responsible and expenses. You're responsible for your fuel, your car insurance, any wear and tear on your vehicle. Maybe parking won't always be free. Might have to pay for parking, but then you'd have to buy some thermal bags. Now, they actually do provide their own thermal bags. I've read mixed reviews on these. So, what you might want to do is go to Amazon and purchase a really high quality, maybe on the expensive side, several thermal bags. Because if you plan on doing this for a while, it's worth investing in that. I don't think you necessarily need these other products. I mean, you might need, maybe you want a wagon or some kind of dolly to lighten the load, but that's completely up to you. But you'll definitely need thermal bags, and and then you would so to sign up, you would just come here, click on one of these, and it'll be depending on your city. So I'm in Vancouver, so it's showing Vancouver, and then you would apply, um, and then the process you would need to answer some questions. You need to there's a 15-minute onboarding process if they're interested in you. Background check as well. Once you pass the background check, you'll be given access to the app, which is what you'd use to make all your deliveries. So you'd be on your mobile device, your iOS or your Android device, and you would see a map on your device of all the available gigs, kind of like a Google Maps, and all the different routes. And then you could schedule ahead of time. That's another thing that makes this app unique is it's not like you would accept jobs on the fly. It's mostly going to be scheduled ahead of time, several days or hours ahead of time. And you want to snatch them quickly if you see a job that interests you, because they can get snatched up pretty quickly by other drivers. And also, Um, and that's kind of it. So, but if you do decide to cancel a delivery, maybe you decide later, I don't really want to do this job. You can always cancel it. You're not locked in unless it's like a very short window. Then you might have some kind of penalty. But as long as you let them know, in advance, then you should be fine. And that's kind of it. So, what are the pros and cons of this app? Well, the pros are the pay is relatively high compared to other apps like Grubhub, Uber Eats, some of these other platforms. Great support. You can actually get on the phone with them or text them, and they actually want to hear from you. They're not like one of these platforms like, oh, don't message us. They're very helpful for the most part. I mean, there's always a few bad apples in the bunch, right? But for the most part, their support staff is great. They train them well. You have the ability to plan and schedule, days in advance. The only cons I would say, at certain times, they're not going to get much work on here outside of business day, lunch hours. Not much work. Um, it is more labor intensive. There's more work involved. You're going to have to, you know, lug around, sometimes heavy food dishes, and maybe have a dolly and set everything up at these different offices to make sure everything looks nice. That's not necessarily a con, but just understand what you're getting into. It's not like you can just drop a bag off at someone's front door. And it's still just a job at the end of the day, meaning you're trading time for money, and you're never going to get rich. You're going to be capped. There's an invisible ceiling on your income. You're never going to make more than about $25 an hour when you factor in expenses, which is not bad, but you're not going to ever you're never going to get rich or financially free making 20 or $25 an hour over and over again, right? And in some cities that doesn't go very far. But as long as you're okay with that, you're just looking for something to do on the side, then by all means, you can check out Deliver That. It gets my stamp of approval. But look, maybe you're here because you're looking for a way to earn real money. I'm talking 30, 50, $100 an hour plus, and maybe you want to earn from the comfort of your own home. So you're not having to risk life and limb, driving to different places, dealing with the stress of bad drivers. I don't know where you live, but I'm not going to get into that. But maybe you're here because you're just looking for a way to earn money from home. And if that's the case, what I suggest is click the link below. You'll see my email opt-in page. Enter your best email. I could send you my free training that'll detail a business model you could do 100% from home, and the income potential is way, way higher than with Deliver That. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope to see you on the other side, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.